ghost stories. Do you have any?
Do you guys have any? And I'm gonna end mine. I'll end it with my ghost story because it's actual ghost story.
Personal experiences.
Personal experiences, yeah.
Or experiences of family members.
I don't have any.
Personal experiences.
I think we can extend it to family members because
if you don't have a personal, okay, extend it. Yeah, if you don't have a personal.
I can't think of any family ones.
All right, everybody listening at home, turn the lights all down low.
Turn the lights down low. Haley's a really great storyteller.
Yeah, it's gonna get really spooky.
Get in a circle around the computer.
Spooky, scary skeletons.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my grandma lived in this old house.
It's an old house.
She actually just moved out of this house, but one time, and this is why I believe wholeheartedly in ghosts, is because both my grandma and my grandpa have done that. I've seen them, and my grandpa was a skeptic, huge skeptic. Swore to his grave that he never saw them, but that it was just a trick of the mind. But my grandma said that once she was sitting at her dining room table and she saw these two kids walk in, and so she just kind of followed them and was like, what are these kids doing in the house? So they followed them into the back room. She opened the door, they were gone. It's freaked me out my entire childhood because I spent a lot of time in that house, and she always kept it really dark in there because she
didn't want to see the kids again.
Well, no. She said that. I think she said that she saw them one other time too, but after that, she never saw them again. But my cousin has seen my grandpa in that house. My grandpa who died a few years back, and she's seen my grandpa in there.
Oh, that's freaky.
My grandpa's seen his mom too. So
where is it? Well, I mean, don't actually tell me where this house is, but I'm not going there. I just want you to know.
It's not actually that scary. It doesn't creep me out as much as it used to when I heard those stories because nobody's seen anything in years except for my grandpa. They see my grandpa, but
just every now and then.
I'm not really scared of him.
That's totally normal.
And my my mom had one actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were driving in our car, and she was so freaked out after this happened. So she was driving in her car, and she gets home, and she's like, white as a sheet. And I'm like, Mom, what's going on? And she's like, well, I was just in the car, and the radio kind of blacked out for a second, and then changed stations to the Elvis radio. And that was my grandpa's favorite station, was the Elvis radio. He loved Elvis. And then it was something about Daddy's Going Home. The song that was on.
That gave me chills.
And then
You're not as bothered by this as you should be.
It gets worse.
No.
Oh my goodness.
All aboard the boat.
Yeah.
Because then it changed back to the entertainment station, which is the
right.
basically the preview one. And then she went to go try to find the station again, and she couldn't find it. She legitimately could not find the station again.
I'm kind of uncomfortable.
Doesn't that freak you out?
That's scary.
Yeah, I kind of.
Oh, it's so scary.
I would have just
But it was kind of comforting. It was almost a bit of closure. It's kind of
no.
scary to me, but for my mom it was closure.
I have no idea.
He's hanging around. He's hanging around, and he's just gonna
He always said that when he died, he was gonna let us know if there's something after.
Is there something after?
Yeah, I guess.
That's okay.
Isn't that terrifying though? It's
That's
creepy.
one of those
that's
existential things that makes you. I'm
great.
There goes my night.
I genuinely believe that. I'm not saying there's anything after, but I'm just saying I don't know. There's something.
I wholeheartedly believe in ghosts, and that seriously conflicts with my religious beliefs because I believe that there's nothing after this. But I 100%, 1,000% believe.
I think there's ghosts, the human soul, the human soul.
I don't want to think about.
There was this test that as soon as they put this guy in a weighting thing, they weighed him, and he died on the scale, and they said that he weighed 0.00 something less than when he was alive. And they were maybe that's a human soul.
Maybe that's a human soul, or that they do empty their bladders. And
that would still fit. It's besides the. Well, farts and I'm not trying to be funny, but farts don't really weigh anything. So you know what I'm saying though? They weighed him though, and they're saying that he weighed some difference when he died.
Okay, Google, how much does a fart weigh?
Okay.
Next ghost story.
Do you have a story?
That was a good one. That's oh shoot,
Yeah.
that's scary.
I forgot all about it until I was actually I just kept talking.
Okay.
We've got a lot of experiences in my family apparently.
Yeah, no, that's scary.
Yeah,
that's really scary.
really freaky. Mine is maybe not a ghost story, as in
I feel like we at least have a story where we're both together, but I can't think of one.
Probably, but yeah. I think one of my biggest things, and it was actually pretty recently, within the last year. I was lying in my bed,
Oh no.
And I don't think this is really a ghost
Did
story
the boogeyman get
as
you?
much as it is. Yes. No. I think. So what happened was,
Was it a boogie wonderland?
you know what? You can just get out of here.
Cut
Okay.
your mic.
It's not going to be too hard. We just
I'm
have to
done.
figure out right over there, right there. Okay. So here's what happened: is I heard something moving around outside my window. My bed is like right next to the window, and I could have sworn that I heard a camera shutter. Like
Ooh,
that's the
no.
kind of thing that like freaks me out.
Were
I
your
looked.
windows open?
So the blinds were open.
Were the blinds?
Oh.
Were the
I
blinds-
know.
Oh.
So
But
were-
like
were the
I
blinds-
looked
were the blinds
immediately
down,
out the window.
though? Were the blinds down?
They were down, but they were open, pretty wide. So, I like
you-
immediately looked out.
you
There was
probably-
nothing there. Like the moon was
like-
pretty bright. There was nothing there.
F that.
But I
that.
swear I heard a camera shutter.
That's more.
That's
not,
scary.
That's
It's
more
not a
like-
ghost story.
That's like that's a
But
stalker.
that's still
But
scary.
it's freaky. Well, nobody's stalking me though. I'm not important enough to get stalked yet.
Maybe we are now.
We are. Yeah. Little did they know it was a time traveler.
Oh.
Ooh, they still have noisy shutters in the future. That sucks. Yeah.
I think that they'd have some more
but-
like quiet side here.
I'm gonna be
Mm-hmm.
the realist here. You probably just rubbed against your blinds.
Nope. I know that. Hang on. I'm gonna grab my camera. It does not sound like blinds.
Well, no, like, were you like almost asleep or like wake up in the middle of the night?
Nope. I was like wide awake. I was listening to a podcast. This is the sound of a camera shutter. Hang on. It's not look at how crazy. Okay, hang on. Okay, this is the sound of a camera shutter. Okay. Okay, that's autofocus. That's not.
Yeah, that's
not blinds.
that's very
That's a
specific
pretty
sound.
distinct
It
sound.
really is.
Yeah.
It really is distinct
So
sound.
You
that
can
freaks
tell.
me out a little bit. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Haley's not coming back.
I spent a lot of time on like Let's Not Meet subreddits
Mhm.
a while back, so those freak me out.
Yeah.
That's not me. I've never heard
And
of those.
I was honestly thinking.
Hang on, where's my phone? I gotta
Seth-
check that out.
I was honestly
It's a
thinking of
stalker
like
subreddit.
an older I was thinking
Some
like
of them are pretty
an
creepy,
older
yeah.
camera, the one that actually like you actually see like, not see, but I don't know what I was thinking at this
Okay.
point.
What is your?
Do you have a ghost story?
Not that I can think of.
Oh dang! Because my ghost story is like
Manny has a ghost story.
Okay.
He's
I'm
already
ready,
told
I'm
it to
ready.
me.
this is gonna be. I
love
want.
ghost
Okay.
stories.
But
I'm
before
gonna be very
you,
specific. I like this is gonna be like maybe a long. Depends
before,
on how I
before
tell
you
it.
do this, can
Go
I
ahead.
at least say this real
Go ahead.
quick? I'm not gonna say that I don't believe in ghosts.
Oh okay.
But I'm open to the possibility.
Oh okay. No, for sure. That's how I am. Like
Let's
I
not like-
neat.
I haven't had anything that I consider supernatural
Yeah,
happen
exactly.
to me, but I'm not gonna go out on a limb and say that they don't exist.
Oh no, for sure. Ready for this really super sketchy story? Okay, so think of a small room, no windows, like the doors closed. Oh
In
no,
a
there, I
house.
mean there was
In
a
a
window
house.
in the house.
It's
there
not
was
just
a
a
window.
hallway.
You had me scared at
No,
windows.
no, there was a window. Sorry, there was no like light coming in besides from the window, and it was daylight. And so, okay, so think of a thin window, pretty tall. I'd probably say like 2 feet tall. It's pretty thin. 2 feet tall window, thin. It's like a rectangle. So that's right above my bed. So you can think of my bed on the ground, and then this 2-foot window is above my bed. Now the side of my bed was my desk, and it had my not my laptop, my PC, and everything there. And so as I when this happened, I had long hair, like longer hair, so it's kind of scruffy, like you could see the little hairs poking out, like in my shadow. And I don't know what I was feeling. I just remember sitting on my bed, my feet were dangling off the side of the bed, and I'm looking at my laptop on the side, and I was just kind of like tired, blank, neutral feeling, and the light had hit my body directly, and it kind of casted the shadow towards the side of my bed. You gotta understand, the window's on my right side, and the shadow was being casted right in front of me as I was sitting on the side of the bed, and it's like falling on my like PC, right below my PC, right beneath the desk, and I could see my shadow on the wall, and I just look. And so I'm looking at this shadow, and I'm like, I like laugh to myself because I see all my little pokey hairs out of my shadow.
What is it with you and shadows and
I have no
laughing?
idea. I don't know. Well, it's because I saw my reflection and I laughed at myself because I was like, oh my gosh, my hair's a mess. Like I can see little pokey hairs coming out of my hair, and like there's just a mess. So I like literally looked at my shadow. And I was like, ugh, like what a mess. And I grabbed my hand, like I didn't grab my hand, but I put my hand and I tapped my head to push them down, to like so they weren't poking up. And my shadow, it was just a head. Like my hand didn't go on. Like my hand did not go on top of my head in my shadow. And I was so confused because I was like, that's my shadow because that's my hair.
You're Peter Pan.
No, yeah, no, I'm literally Peter Pan. And it was like, that's my shadow because that's my head. And so I keep tapping my head. I'm like, that's so weird because my hand's not going on my shadow. It's just my head. And my hand wasn't tapping it or anything. So I'm like, well, maybe it's just light differences. So I put my hand up as high as I can above my head. I'm still sitting down. And I'm staring at my shadow. And I progressively put my hand down further. Then it goes past my face. And like, I still don't see my hand. And then I go past my shoulders. And then now I start reaching like past my knees, right? And then all I see is my hand go right above the shadow like this. Like, so the head's right here. And so I'm putting my hand down like this, keeping my eyes on the shadow. And my hand like progressively goes down on the shadow. Does that make sense? The head's like right there.
The poor people listening to this right now have no idea what you're doing.
So-
It's hard to explain.
So at this point, is your hand like in that like crawl space underneath your back?
No, it's like right where my shins are at.
Okay.
So you guys the listeners gotta understand, like my head.
So right where the mattress is.
Yeah. So like where I can't see, it's right below my knees. So viewers, like there's a head on the wall, and as my hand goes down towards my knees, my hand starts to come up above the shadow, and so it starts to like almost reach the head. And so I'm like, that's what the heck? And so I see my hand like go down, like almost touch the head, and I like look down to my knees, like I look above the mattress, and I look down, and there was nothing there. And then when I looked back up, the shadow was gone. It was not there. And I looked around to see if my shadow was behind me or anything like that. And there was like, my shadow was not there. Like at all. And so like whatever was below my knees was the shadow that was being casted.
So tell me,
It was
where
a
is
Furby.
Neverland?
I don't freaking know.
It was a Furby.
Do you want me to suggest a couple priests for you?
Yeah.
No, like, no.
Yeah.
So,
Do
like,
we
when
need
I
to
first
perform, like,
heard-
a cleansing ceremony with
Right.
like some sage.
No, I'm like possessed or something.
I'm like afraid of you right now.
We
No.
can get
Like,
some
seriously,
holy
no.
water.
Both
like
of
you're-
you two have
I don't
creepy
like-
stories. You can get
Yeah.
out of here. At least my person is human. Okay, I can take him out. All right.
I think I don't know.
Don't be so sure about that.
That like
What,
that
do you
story.
think-
Kind of like not that scary though. It's like my grandpa, and I'm like, my grandpa was nice. He's a nice guy. I'm cool with
Two
it.
random little kids running through the house.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
not,
want
that's
that.
not my house.
That's scary
My
stuff.
grandma doesn't even live in that house right now.
It's
She
still
lives in my old
two
house.
unknown little kids.
I will
Yeah,
take.
my grandpa died in the house.
I'll take a weirdo with a camera over two random
Oh
children.
yeah, and the two little kids were holding hands. That was.
That's much
Oh,
worse.
I can't.
That's much worse.
I will cry my eyes out once a ghost reveals themselves to me. I'm out.
You're.
What-
I'm afraid for you. Like,
No,
honestly,
like,
right now, I'm
the
afraid.
goat- but, like, you guys understand,
I will tell you right
That
now.
story was real. Like I don't mess
I
around
know.
with those stories. Like
Like,
I'm not the
Guys,
type
I
person.
will tell you.
I
I'll
believe
tell you
you.
now.
Yeah, no, that's a real
When
story.
something
Ugh.
that
Yeah, I hate it.
consider supernatural happens to me, I have no idea how I will react.
Yeah. Okay,
I will
guys.
just say that.
The
That
podcast
was
has
a
to end.
that was a fantastic way to end constantly in peril.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
yeah,
We are
because
all
we're
constantly in peril on this blessed
Send
day.
us your
Prepare
ghost
to
stories.
die.
Yeah,
That's
no, I
right.
literally love
No,
those
please
stories.
don't.
Please do.
I will
please-
read them. I'll read.
Please-
yeah, we're
please-
like we'll
please
read
do.
them.
I'm not gonna read them.
I'll read them in broad daylight, but I'll read them.
We will read
Yeah.
them all.
You guys have to drive home in the dark, so you're welcome.
I live like right across the street though.
Yeah, I still don't know where you live.
Like I literally live like
Look
0.2 miles
across
away.
town.
Yeah, good luck,
I will
man.
admit I am a little tiny bit paranoid to walk out to my car.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
me, I'm
We'll walk out
fine.
together, it'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, all three of you guys. I'm just gonna stay put here. All the lights on. Sleep with the lights on. Okay.
Set tonight. Here's shutters. I would cry. I would turn off all
I
my
would. Yeah.
Okay, guys.
No.
Tonight we're gonna drive away, but we're not gonna leave. We're gonna come back,
play
With
With
shutters.
cameras. Yeah.
take a picture of Seth while he's sleeping.
Yeah. Good luck. I'm just gonna sit in there with an airsoft gun and shoot out at everybody who.
Good
Yeah.
luck.
All you hear is,
I-
"Oh, my
good
camera
luck.
lens."
Good luck. I could totally do